So I think we're good, Duke.
All right, take it
Rima,
away.
welcome
Perfect.
to the Elevator June through July Solutions Architect course taught by the legendary OG Duke Haba. My name is Tony. I'll be running the event. We're very excited. I believe we have 11 participants, and from what I've seen, we're going to see some good stuff. So I hope you guys have fun with this. And again, I hope everyone sees why we've been talking about this for the last 8 weeks. Okay, Rima, when you are ready, my friend, fire away.
So but before we started, I just wanted to introduce the rest of the team. And we have Reggie and Srini, who we have been working with over the last couple of weeks together. So I believe I saw both of them on the call.
We're here.
Oh, perfect.
Shani's here too. I think he's just muted at the moment.
Okay.
I'm here. All right.
Perfect. So Srini, you're the one who tells Tony when to start the timer. So
All right,
whenever
Tony.
you're ready.
Okay, just for a future reference, normally I had started the timer, but for you, since you're the first one, I'll give you guys the friendly helping people out. I will start the timer right now.
All right, we are ready. Good evening, everyone. Today, we bring you a story that's not just about technology, but about hope, connection, and family. In the heart of Silicon Valley, a small startup has created something extraordinary, and it's changing lives of parents and caregivers of neurodivergent children. It's called NeuroNest, an AI app powered that's already breaking records and breaking down barriers in understanding. And
You know, again, I apologize. You guys are the first people. I'll restart your time. Who's sharing your screen?
Rima will be sharing when it's time.
Okay, so you guys haven't started that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Apologies. We'll continue on. Please go ahead.
Okay, joining us in the studio are Reggie, the founder and visionary behind NeuroNest, and Rima, the parent who has been with them from the very first beta test. Welcome and thank you for being here. So let's start at the beginning. Reggie, what inspired you to create NeuroNest?
We wanted to create more than just an app. We wanted to create a safe place. NeuroNest helps parents navigate the challenges of raising a neurodivergent child. It's a place to learn, to ask questions, and to get advice that's truly tailored to both the child's needs and the parent's journey.
So our producers will now share some slides with our audience. Reggie, can you walk us through how the app works and how you make sure the information parents receive is reliable?
I would be happy to. The NeuroNest experience starts with a short intake questionnaire, followed by daily check-ins to monitor mood and behavior. As parents share more details over time, the profile evolves, capturing the child's changing preferences and needs. The AI then analyzes behavior patterns, and here's the magic. It uses both past and present data to craft coping strategies and step-by-step plans that reinforce positive behaviors. From there, the system maps the responses to our parent-child persona models, pulling evidence-based strategies using RAG to recommend best fit coping guidance. This process repeats as new inputs are added, helping parents track patterns and receive tailored support in real time. Our AI analyzes these patterns using RAG, our secure, expert-reviewed knowledge space, to recommend evidence-based coping strategies tailored to each child. As new information comes in, the system adapts, tracks progress on custom goals like bedtime routines or homework, and delivers trusted, real-time guidance parents can rely on. And with every update, the AI learns, adapts, and delivers increasingly precise, actionable guidance for each unique child.
Rima, you've been using NeuroNest for a while now. Could you share a little about how it's impacted your family?
Of course. My daughter is 10 years old and she's on the autism spectrum. Changes in her routine, can be really hard for her. One of Neuronest's suggestion was so simple, keeping a set of sorting blocks in the car for stressful moments, like hospital waiting rooms. That small idea has made a big difference. Now, instead of anxiety and meltdowns, she's focused and calm, and I feel much more at peace too.
That's a beautiful example. Let's give our viewers a quick peek at Neuronest.
NeuroNest has three core features. First, an educational hub where parents can ask questions like, tell me about sensory sensitivity in children with autism, and they receive clear, compassionate answers. Second, it's a personalized advice based on the child's unique profile. If a child enjoys crunchy foods, the app might suggest a breakfast parfait with granola for that texture and track whether it worked. And third, caregiver well-being tools, journaling, stress level tracking, and even space to celebrate small victories. Because when parents thrive, kids thrive too.
Okay, Rima, what's the biggest change Neuronest has brought you personally?
It has helped me understand my daughter better and myself too. I'm much more patient, more observant, and have reclaimed a little space to take care of my own mental health. I am a better me, which makes me a better mom.
Excellent. Can you share with us how you use the app?
Yes. Yesterday, I felt particularly stressed and had a lot of anxious energy. I asked Neuronest for a suggestion on how to cope with this situation. Do you want to try something fun with your audience?
Sure. What do you have in mind?
Let's see what Neuronest will suggest that I do. Here it is, disco dancing.
That was fantastic. Thank you both for being here and sharing your journey. So that's Neuronest, an app that educates, supports, and uplifts parents and caregivers while honoring the needs of neurodivergent children. It's a reminder that the right technology doesn't just connect us, it cares for us. Stay with us. More uplifting stories are coming right after the break. Thank you.
Amazing. Great stuff. Very good. And one thing is that we intentionally don't make comments other than something nice. But thank you for kicking us off. And again, I appreciate you working with me as we got started. Vencat's team, the star team, is up next. Let me know when you guys are ready.
Oh, yeah, we are ready.
Okay, off we go.
Hello, everybody. Today, I'm going to explain about this synthetic data generation with LLM project. So my teammates, Sai and Vishwa is also join along with me and share this presentation for you. So Sai will go ahead sharing the pain points, and Vishwa will be sharing about the modern data pipeline solutions. So Sai, go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Venkat, and good evening, all. So in this slide, we are going to talk about the pain points. So what is that we are trying to address? So in any data engineering project, one of the biggest challenge is ensuring that we have the required test data. Setting up the test data is resource intensive, time intensive, and also it incurs a lot of cost. So most of the data engineering projects, they lack in volume, they lack in variety, and they lack in the velocity of the test data. So as you all know that, no, yes, lack in test data will lead to various consequences, like, there will be bugs, there will be performance issues, the results would be incorrect. There will be data dependency issues, managing that, managing uh, the managing the test data is going to be really challenged because we will have to coordinate with various stakeholders. So, and the maintenance of test data, we will have to iteratively uh, maintain this test data on need basis, because if you are going to have multiple iterations of testing to be done, then we need, different, test data to be available. So what we are going in the next slide, Venkat and my team are going to explain the solution that we have in mind to address, all these pain points. Over to you.
Thank you. Hey, Vishwa, go ahead with this modern solution here.
Hi, everyone. So in this solution, we'll be talking about the techniques which we are leveraging. To start with, for automated data generation, we'll be leveraging LangChain and Olama to generate the high quality synthetic data using LLMs. And we are also using LangServe and Fast API to deploy for a robust real-time API access for the LLM generated data. And we will be using Pandas and Polaris to enable fast, efficient data processing and transformation. And we will also be using Y-data for profiling and quality enforcement and governance throughout the pipeline. So using these four pillars, we would be building our solution, and we will be seeing that in the next presentation. Over to you, Venkat. Thanks.
Thank you, Sai. All right, so now that we have the solution, it's time to show you how this user-friendly end-to-end data pipeline solution can be built and is already built, which is for the data generation, I'll be using LangChain and Olama. And whereas for API serving, I'll be using LangServe. And for the ETL and data transformation, the unstructured data needs to be transformed to the structured. So that's where I'll be using these Polaris and Pandas packages. And then the profiling and the governance, I'll be using the Y-data profiling. So if you look at in a picture-wise, if you're more friendly with the pictures, so this is how it looks. So Olama will be helping in generating in the data to the LangChain, and which is an orchestrator, and then LangServe will be using the model API, and the Fast API is the application where the end user will make a request by accessing to the Fast API, and then the data will be in the JSON format and will be in the structured, will be converted from the unstructured to structured, and then so to convert that, the transformation, the Polaris data frame will be used, and then Y-data. So I can show you quickly how this application will look like. So let me share that application to you now.
You got 20 seconds.
So if you look at here, the industry, okay, here is the application Fast API. In this, you have all these Olama models and coding. And here you need to mention like what industry and how many rows you need. And then you just execute it. And then you will see all this response data.
That looks amazing. Thank you very much. Excellent presentation. Nice work, you guys. Again, I hate to interrupt, but that's my role as time cop. Let's go to Allison and Rajesh.
Thanks, Tony. So first of all, thank you, Tony, for napkin AI tip. So I'm going to run it fast so I can run to the demo. So the problem we are trying to fix is elderly individuals are disproportionately targeted by scam calls and phishing. Every day we see the news how people lose their retirement savings, and that is only going to grow. I mean, like even before AI, this was happening, and they are predicting more than 10 billion plus losses. And on an average, people lose at least like $1,000. So the market opportunity is, I mean, AI is going to increase the demand for something like that. And we have an increasing aging population. We always hear about boomers retiring, have a lot of money, so they will be targeted more. So how do we want to sell the tool. We want to partner with cell phone companies, antivirus, companies like AARP. And we think, I mean, like FTC and FCC will also kind of like have needs supporting something like this. How is the solution framed? Our goal is to do real-time detection that comes in for any incoming messages. And our approach is a hybrid approach, kind of like uses NLP and modeling. And we cover all the channels like SMS, WhatsApp, robocalls, and voicemail. And output will produce a risk score explanation, that is the key, and guidance. And our goal is to get the feedback from the user and continuously expand the model. Main pro is, again, the real-time alerts and user friendliness and transparent explanations. I can walk you through the solution. This is how we built the solution. Data ingestion, so get the necessary API permissions for consuming messages and real-time messages and converting the voice call to text feed, and then text and speech cleaning. That's for pre-processing. Then we apply the machine language and rules analysis. We are using SHAP and linear regression, additional with the added rules layer. I can show a snippet of the code that we have out there for that. And we will, this will calculate the scam score and the risk level at a low, medium, and a high range. And it will show the message to the user, and the user can provide a feedback that will continue to kind of refine the model. And as new techniques evolve in these kind of scams, the idea is to kind of continue to push a JSON data that has like that is used by the model. I'm going to kind of skip the slide in the interest of time. Again, its main goal is to be multimodal and explainable and a continuous learning model. To productionize it, this is the plan we have. There's a working product that I can share right now. Tony, how many minutes do I have?
You have 2, but we're not seeing your screen, by the way.
Oh my goodness. All this when you're not seeing any screen? Oh. How do I share? Man, I've been running all this.
The joys of live demos, Duke. See?
Are you guys seeing anything now?
Yes.
Do you guys see it, Tony?
Yes, now, yes, yep.
Oh my goodness.
I paused you for a moment just out of kindness.
Okay, this was the slide I was walking through. Apologize, guys. So I can share the slide as well. So this was the one talking about the market size and opportunities. This is the solution. This is how we built it. And again, thanks to Tony, I had it all as text. He suggested me Napkin AI, so I was able to quickly convert everything into images, value prop. To build it, so we have a prototype of the product. Can we build in 20 weeks to operationalize into production? So this is a one slide on why we are doing what we are doing. So I will kind of quickly jump into the demo. So most of the code, I have it like basically I'll first kind of give an idea of what this thing does. Where is my command prompt? Okay, so basically, if I type anything, first I wrote everything in Python. Okay, it uses SHAP and regression to explain how it calculated the models and risk score. So if I type as my, can you send something like this? There is no risk level is triggered, and anything less than 0.6 is like 0.5 is like no scam. Next is 0.5 to 0.8 is medium, and 0.8 to 1 is like high risk. So if I said, can you send me photos, that will also give no risk. But if I say, can you send me the PIN or something? Then you will see it will trigger a risk. It had a high risk trigger, and it also calculated the scam scores. So that's the high level model. So I'm going to kind of like quickly jump into how it is used in a phone. So I'm going to trigger some text out here. So I'm going to trigger it from a new phone. So 214-999-9999. All right, there. I think demo day challenges. Okay, there it is. There's a new hi there message that came in through. It does a couple of things. It is context sensitive because a lot of times it's not single text, and the same thing happens for voice call as well. There is to and fro, right? So it concatenates it. So if you look at it, there is a latest message, there's a full context, and what is the full rule score. And then, so I'm going to say, hi there, how are you doing? Accidentally give your number in a hospital. This is how people, and it has actually something like this has happened to me. And if I scroll down, you see all those messages coming in this phone. So how are you doing? And accidentally gave your phone number. It still thinks it's legit. This could happen to anyone. Someone gave legit. Its risk level is low. Everything is looking legit so far. So now
Okay, well, so far that looks super amazing, and I really like it. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but I'm hoping people follow up with you on this one. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And like I said, unfortunately, I have to move us along.
Sure, definitely. This one triggered the ask OTP pin. This was the one I wanted to show. It triggered a risk and labeled it as a scam. So it concatenates, it gives the whole context of the text and the latest message.
Okay, again, I'm so sorry, but
thank you. Yeah, I'll stop it there. Right, appreciate it.
Appreciate that. Andrew, you are up next, my friend.
Right. First of all, can you guys see my screen now? Okay, wanted to confirm that before we get going.
Yes.
MindAnchor, study support for drifting minds. What MindAnchor is an AI companion revolutionizing mental health care for those with serious illness. And what I mean by those with serious illness, specifically, there are 14 million Americans with serious persistent mental illness, things like schizophrenia, things like bipolar, psychotic episodes, things like that. And there's a lot of challenges. There's medication challenges with people not adhering and going off their medication. There's day-to-day changes that go unnoticed between doctor's visits. There's high relapse rates, specifically with people with schizophrenia. And 80% of patients with schizophrenia experience hallucinations, and they have no way to verify actually what's real while it's happening. That's where MindAnchor comes into play. I'm seeing it as a transformative vision, an application that blends privacy-first AI with daily mental health support. Something that is an integrated care platform with medication tracking, symptom monitoring, care coordination, all in one place with real-time hallucination verification. I'm going to give you guys a demo of this because I think it's pretty cool. With everything being private on device, no external services, no LLMs, no sharing data, everything runs locally on the user's device with continuous support. And where I envision this going is in the future, actually having this app connect to another app called Mind Harbor that is a caregiver dashboard to receive all of those updates, all of those insights. In terms of like the details, the market potential for an app like this, it's huge. $225 billion is the mental health market in the United States. We're just targeting 14 million current US adults with serious mental illnesses. We're also overlooking all the caregivers, clinicians, and telehealth providers who could benefit from that care. I'm thinking a freemium model that would eventually scale to like business to consumer partnership with health clinics. I think it's got a lot of unique features, and I think the private analysis is one of the biggest selling points of it. With that though, I'd actually like to go into a demo. Hopefully you guys can still see my screen. So I envisioned MindAnchor as a mobile app, but truthfully, I started designing it that way. And then it kind of turned into a full desktop app. So it's responsive, it goes both ways, but it's got the privacy section, got the consent. Somebody can select a different theme. And then we get into this full dashboard. All of the things I was talking about, a daily check-in, reality verification, self-care medication, it's all functional, it all works. If we're talking about checking in, I try and make it as easy as possible for somebody to come in and say, you know what, I'm having a bad day. Things were difficult. And then they can actually write their thoughts, or using the OpenAI Whisper model, they can do speech to text. Now, I can't do that while I'm presenting because the microphone gets a little bit confused. But if we're saying, I'm having a bad day, keep thinking something bad is going to happen, behind the scenes, as soon as that's submitted, we're doing real-time classification with a fine-tuned BERT model. Both that classification and the check-in gets added to the database, and that's the type of information that would go to a clinician, to a provider. Now, for somebody who's dealing with acute psychosis, if they're having a hallucination and they can't determine if they're actually seeing a person or if they're imagining it, especially if they get deliveries. I used to have clients when I did case manager, whenever somebody would deliver a package, they weren't sure if they were real or if they were imagining it. I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we could actually have a reality check video model? So I'm going to show this. This is going to be demonstrated with my camera. That's me. It's detected one person, that one person being me. Now, if I try this one more time, and I cover that, well, now no people have been detected. This is the same thing as if I point it to an empty room. Somebody could be seeing someone there and verify reality in real time with a model that does it for them. In terms of self-care, we've got this set up where somebody can come in and add whatever types of things work best for them and get daily reminders. They can add new activities, easy peasy. Same thing with their medication. They get reminders about them. They can mark them when they take them. All of this information gets saved to a database, and ultimately, long-term, would get passed off to a MindHarbor dashboard, something that a clinician, a therapist, a psychiatrist could have to see all of their patients, all of the real-time alerts, basically, especially the priority alerts if somebody has suicidal ideation, if they're having a panic attack. But as they're going through, they can view the details, they can see the overview of their patients, of their clients, even between check-ins, even between appointments. Coming from a case management background, I think this is incredibly insightful, incredibly useful, and something that could provide real-time information to the people who need it most to do something really good and hopefully reduce hospitalization rates, reduce self-injury, all kinds of things. I'm pretty sure I'm over time right now, but that is MindAnchor and that is MindHarbor.
Excellent. Excellent. Very well done. Duke, wow. This is already difficult to narrow down the top. Like, we've had 4 presentations, so you only pick 3. I don't even know how I'm going to do it from these 4, let alone the rest of them. Gaurav, EI Guardians, we are excited to see what you have for us.
Hopefully I'm sharing my screen.
You are all set, sir.
All right. So what I'm doing is creating a system that will predict how much of products you need to order. It uses AI to predict what needs to be ordered. Like businesses today face huge challenges managing unpredictable demand, and this solution solves this with real-time insights. So the problem is, unpredictable order. Meaning, we don't know how much it's needed all the time. So that leads to either overstocking, wasting capital and storage, and stockouts, causing lost sales and unhappy customers. So traditional forecasting tools are manual, based on what has been used. And traditional forecasting tools, they are inflexible as well and don't adapt quickly to market or demand changes. So for that, the opportunity here is to develop something that is based on AI that predicts the amount of items that you need in your inventory. So this solution targets industries with high order flow, like retail, e-commerce, manufacturing, and e-procurement. These sectors lose billions annually to poor demand planning. And the global demand forecasting market is forecasted to reach over 8 billion by 2030 as digital transformation accelerates. So what's different about this solution is this is AI-driven prediction solution, reduces stock out by up to 30% and excess inventory by 15%. The technology adapts instantly to demand spikes, seasonality, and trends, outperforming static rule-based systems. Integration with existing NPOs, ERP, and especially e-procurement system is fast and seamless. And it's best to implement with the existing e-procurement customers who have seen measurable benefits, proof that our approach works on. Since we are building on existing people who already have the inventory systems and all those, it is add on to their system, leveraging this relationship for testimonials and case studies. We'll also think about cross-selling and upselling within those accounts and encourage referrals. To reach new customers, we use targeted industrial events, LinkedIn campaigns. Retention is driven by continuous model improvement. Whenever there is new data that needs to be fed to the model to perform. That's how the continuous model improvement is what going to keep the percentage of this at higher levels. So basically this idea is that it should be implemented as a micro front-end, meaning it can be plugged into any existing system that already have inventories and ordering systems. Each major function, it's like forecasting, analytics, and reporting run as an independent, easy to integrate web module. This means clients can embed our features directly within their own workflows. And white labeling can be done based on their need to plug it into the system. For the demo, I have just one page that Tony helped me create this one, generated using the API. So this gives you an idea where this can, show you how you want to add orders to your system. Like, okay, I see that I have this much stock, I need to add more. So you can order directly from here. And it shows all the, data that is coming from the inference of the model. I think that's my time.
Excellent. I think it's a really, really good product, especially for me working in manufacturing. I was very interested in that. Okay. Again, wow, this is not getting easy, Duke. Who do we have next here? We have, let's see, we have, is this Sujith, human bias check?
Yeah. So, hope you can see my screen.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. How about now?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So yeah, good evening, everyone, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to you.
Actually, no.
Do you guys see anything?
Now we do. Yeah, now we do.
You
okay,
do?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for the opportunity to talk to you all. And so AI basically, like for example, it actually mimics human intelligence, and human intelligence we have around 50 plus biases, proven cognitive biases. So this is towards the agentic AI bias analyzer is towards, for example, contributing towards, for example, a responsible AI. So what it is it's more of, for example, all the standard tools, what the LLMs, what we have currently, it's more reactive. So they find the problems, but leave them for you to fix or you to judge. So the agent, what I have, like it's more of, or kind of the agentic, the application, what I have, it's more of, for example, it does not just find the bias, but it also corrects it. And of course, like how does it, it's like I just did it with one model, but of course, like what I'm planning to do is like with I think Tony, you kind of provided a very good advice of the day to use a dual type of model, where one model generate the content. For example, Gemini generate the content, and it will be evaluated by, for example, OpenAI or Grok, and then kind of refine it and redefines it, rewrites the response to be more neutral, balanced, and fair. So that way, it is much more, I would say, like it's in comparison to, because how it does the self-critic is, it will draft against the comprehensive list of biases what we have. So it is trained on that one, like around 50 odd, and all the kind of, for example, the materials, the bias materials what we have, don't the human psychological biases what we have. So with that, so it will give you, like, for example, it will make us much more of a better human being to kind of understand, okay, what are the biases we have, what we providing, and what are we getting out of it. And of course, it could be useful in a lot of areas. For example, for the content creators or the developers or the researchers or the educators or the legal entities and whoever is using it. So we could clearly kind of like help them, guide them with the kind of the biases we could determine with this one. So I'll do a live demo, and the future, like it could be used with, for example, with all the like integrate with other, it could be integrated with other API, other like models or the applications, and it could do the full document analysis on a specific document. If you upload, it could be done through that, etc. So I'll quickly demo one or two, for example, like the biases, what we could run, or what it could be. This is the interface currently. So currently it can actually do the, for example, text as well as the image. So we could actually do a prompt or an image. And once you kind of like, for example, I'm just telling just more of a scenario based, right? So imagine a team building with a new tech startup, and we have to describe his personality traits, beliefs, perhaps even a brief description of physical description, etc. So what it does is it does the, for example, the agent in the background. It's actually, what it does is it's a multi-step process. It generally drafts the prompt and critiques its own work based on the biases it has trained, and refines the response with a higher quality, more balanced final answer. So now it is complete. And so here, I don't know what happened. Maybe the API didn't work properly, but it should have been detected some. I could try with, for example, some others, some other prompts. Try with that. So ultimately, like, for example, wanted to, selecting the AI model should be based on what the user is comfortable with, or this is like what they are predominantly using, right? So for example, if we have actually Gemini, ChatGPT, Cloud, and Grok right now. So I'm actually taking giving API calls to those models, and then kind of bringing the response based on like the, for example, what we have. So sorry, I could not generate, because I could, let me try here. Sorry. So this is like this is without agent. So I'm just trying here. So just trying the, for example, if it can generate, because this is without the kind of like the agentic, it will be all manual. It will actually go through, it will just, for example, produce the bias. So so the intent of this is to make sure we do have all the biases that are kind of like, for example, in the prompts and the responses, the bias are identified, and it provides a suggestion to improvise it. So that's the kind of intent with this one. So let me see if it can.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but that was definitely very good.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. Manjiri.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm gonna share my screen. I think Sujit, you're still sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Great demo. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys a YouTube video. I've just like uploaded it on the YouTube as unlisted. So let's see if the audio works. So just let me know if you can hear. Every day, millions of shoppers drown in customer reviews and confusing choices. Specs don't show real-world performance, and reviews are messy to compare. Shopinion is the world's first AI-powered shopping assistant. It uses natural language processing to... Sorry, I think something is wrong. 1 second, because it's... Every day, millions of shoppers drown in customer reviews and confusing choices. Specs don't show real-world performance, and reviews are messy to compare. Shopinion is the world's first AI-powered shopping assistant. It uses natural language processing to extract trusted opinions from thousands of reviews and instantly visualize product strengths and weaknesses. This isn't just review aggregation, it's the future of product decision-making. We're creating a new category, opinion-driven commerce. With Shopinion, people shop based on trusted opinions, not ads. Welcome to the Shopinion prototype demo. Our app helps users decide which product to buy, based not on flashy marketing, but on what matters, actual user reviews. For this demo, we picked 3 product categories: sound bars, juicers, and running shoes. For each category, we gathered reviews of at least 5 top-selling products and stored them in CSV files. That's our test data. Here, how it works. The user selects a category, picks the products to compare, and clicks Generate Spider Plot. In the background, the app analyzes all the reviews using our opinion engine. Here, the key. The attributes we compare aren't preset or hard-coded. They're dynamically determined by the AI directly from the user reviews themselves. In other words, the app figures out what real customers care about, whether it's design, build quality, ease of use, performance, or something else, purely from their opinions. Once those attributes are identified, the app then scores each product exclusively based on those same user reviews. No marketing spin, no manufacturer claims, just genuine feedback turned into data. Finally, it visualizes the results in a spider plot, making the comparison easy and intuitive. Let's take a look at soundbars. As you can see, 5 products are being compared across categories like sound quality, connectivity, aesthetics, and so on. Immediately, it's evident that one product, this one, is consistently weaker. So as a user, I'd turn that off. Goodbye, weak soundbar. Now I can focus on the remaining 4. If sound quality is the most important feature to me, I'll drop the product that lags there. If ease of use matters most, I can filter out others instead. The point is, the app lets users prioritize what's important to them, not what the manufacturer's marketing team says. And to emphasize, these scores aren't coming from sponsored product descriptions, they're derived from real user opinions. That's the real strength of this approach. Scrolling down, the app also gives quick insights. For example, the best for sound quality enthusiasts. Product A, best for ease of use. Product B, best design lover's choice. Product C, this offers users both a visual and a text-based summary before making a decision. Now let's switch to juicers. Notice how the attributes have changed. Sound quality doesn't make sense here, unless you're juicing with a rock band. Instead, we compare things like cleaning ease, motor power, storage convenience, juice quality, and performance. Again, weaker products can be filtered out quickly. Further, if 2 juicers are almost identical, but one has a better design while the other has a more powerful motor, the user can weigh those trade-offs. By the end, you're left with a clear winner, backed entirely by user reviews.
Finally, once a user decides, they can click the product link and go directly to the product page to purchase. And that's the essence of Shopinion, turning messy, scattered user reviews into clear, data-driven product comparisons. Thank you for watching the demo. I hope this gave you a clear picture of how Shopinion can help users make smarter shopping decisions without drowning in reviews.
That's it.
Are you done?
Thank you. Yes, yes.
That was great. Wow. Geez, Duke. Only 3, remember. Jonathan, are you with us here? Jonathan Bergman. Did we miss him somehow? I don't see him on the call. Let me just double check something real quick. Nope. Okay. Moving on. Perhaps he might have dropped out. If he did, he can hop back in. Oase, wow, you got tossed into the fire. I hope you're ready. I'll give you an extra 15 seconds to prepare because you probably weren't ready to go this second. So let me know when you're ready.
Give me just 5 seconds.
Sure, no problem.
All right, I'm ready.
Ready? We should be able to share your screen and go ahead and begin.
Why is it asking me to allow? Come on. It's asking me something to allow. Can you guys see the screen?
Not yet. Yeah, it's all right, man. We threw you in early. You didn't really have time, so I'll give you an extra minute here. Just relax.
Okay, sure.
And let's get pals fired up on deck.
Yeah.
Zoom did not. I have to quit the application and turn back in because I didn't have the permission to share. So I'll be back in as soon as possible.
No problem. Pals, are you ready now, or do you want to? It's up to you.
No, I'm ready.
Okay. Oase, go ahead and we'll have you reboot and you can present next. For the interest of time, I'm going to move on and then we'll have you go next. Okay.
All right.
Yep. Okay, pals. Thank you. Let me know when you're ready to proceed.
Yep. Can you see my screen?
Not yet. It says started screen sharing. And
It
there we
shows
go.
as.
Yep.
All
Okay,
right.
we can see your screen now. Yep.
All right. Good afternoon, good evening, or whatever the time you are in, everyone. So my idea is a solution architect course. It's a zoning ordinance buddy. So what is a zoning ordinance? So zoning ordinance is document or compliance or legal information created by every county about the buildings and the lands and all the stuff. What you can do, what you cannot do, how much in an acre, how many building you can build, how many single family homes you can build, how many clustered homes like townhomes you can build. Those kind of information every year. Each county in the US does it. I think maybe all over the world they do that. So my application is focusing on taking an ordinance. These ordinance documents, they go right from 500 pages to 1,000 plus pages. So it's reading them is a very time-consuming process. So I came out with an app which will help in asking a question directly, and it'll pull the answer from there. Zoning ordinance document. So what's the problem we are solving is navigating a complex document which contains a page of 500 to 1,500 pages. The solution is a powered application which is using a RAG. And how does it work? It searches the document, retrieves the relevant information, then gives to the LLM to create a natural language response. So value provided, it provides a lot of value for many users. It have the potential market for this application is professionals involved in the development, like builders, land developers, all those guys, architects, and legal professionals, real estate attorneys will be using these ordinance documents, and even the county department within the county itself. The other departments will be using that ordinance information, and also homeowners association and other community organizations will use this. So these are the target markets for this application, and I haven't come out with any pricing and all for that yet. So how does it work? This is the architecture of the application. There's a Gradio user interface, and there's an application backend, and there is an embedded question sentence transformer, and there is a fires vector store. So we chunk the documents as a this is the retrieval architecture. So once the user enters the question, then the question is vectorized, and the vector database is searched against that vectorized question. Then that's the retrieval part. Then all the vectors related to that question are augmented, then sent it to the Google Gamma to the IT model, then that generates the Gradio interface, generates the answer to the question. And here is the interaction data flow. User enters and the input zoning question and selects a year. In Python backend receive the request. Then the encoder encodes the question, and the fire search happens. The retrieve text chunks and combine the checks into context. Then prompt is created. Then LLM creates the answer for it. So this is the simple architecture for this application, and I'll go to the demo now. So still it is in the Colab because I still have a lot of challenges to fix it, fix the issues here. But it works. It answers about. I want to be honest here. It answers only about like 10% of the questions correctly because the chunking of the documents is not happening properly because of the model used to chunk looks like it's not the correct model I have used. I tried many models, but all of them having one or other kind of problems. But anyway, let me go ahead here and show you here. So here, this is the one of the questions. What is the minimum lot average for R5? R5 is the 1 acre lot, and 5 buildings can be built in that 1 acre lot. So that's why R5 is. So submit the question. So it comes out with it says it cannot find the answer. Okay, this is one of the problems I'm facing, trying to fix it.
We're not seeing that screen, by the way.
Oh, really? It says that you're sharing the screen. Okay.
Well, I mean, we see your PowerPoint. Were you on a different screen than this?
Yeah, this is okay, give me 1 second. There you go. That should be.
I think you might have to change your screen share to entire screen. Well, you got 20 seconds left, my friend.
Oops. Come on.
All right, here's what we're going to do. Okay. I'm going to pause you. We're going to go back because I did kind of throw you into the fire a little bit ahead of time when you were probably prepared. So I'll have you after. There's one more presentation before Duke, so I'll give you 15 seconds after the next presentation. You can wrap this up. All right?
Sure.
Okay, great. But yeah, this is really I remember talking to you about this, and I was very interested in what you're doing with that. So yeah, great idea for sure. Oace, are you ready now?
Let's give it a try. I'm going to share the whole screen, so just to avoid any other confusions. Let me share.
Great.
All right. You can see the
We sure
presentation,
can.
right? All right,
Yep.
cool. So quickly, I don't want to dive into a lot of text, but the product I am developing or half big is the Koi, the chief of insights. And we'll talk about the problem, but real quick, the problem, what's the opportunity, where I see the opportunity, what does it do, and what do I need probably help with others, or what's the next step for to take it to the market. Going to the next. Okay, so all of us have been in the corporate world, and we all go to meetings, and most of the time, not most of the time, I've been I get a chance to work with C-suite executives for the past 3 years a lot, and in those kind of conversation, we all have those cross leadership teams, right? They have us, they have, for example, marketing is there, finance is there, customer acquisition is there. They all are in the meeting and they have different questions. And sometimes there's no one question, there's no one answer for a question, for a business question. For example, what is the conversion rate, right? Someone says X, Y, and Z. Someone says, hey, we are doing conversion at 10%. Someone says, oh, and the problem is there's no just one centralized answer to that question. And if you want to take it back to the team, that means you have to allow someone to crunch the data, come back next day, and then at the same time that opportunity is kind of already lost, right? So what I like to think of is late insights is lost opportunities, and then it also kind of end up in a more cost instead of while we all in the data age, it's all about speed of insights, speed of what is going on with my business. That's what it's kind of matters more. So so basic idea is having using the technology integrated with your own data and having an intelligence of a whole world give you the answers in the real time. So think of this way: is when you go to the meeting, you have so many questions, your leadership have questions, and then sometimes you have those decks ready, sometimes you have those reports, but sometimes you don't have those. Okay, so the opportunity here is, like I said, a real-time insights. How do you turn those questions into opportunities? How do you turn those inquiries right up front, turn the switch on, and then give the insights so the leadership can make those decisions in the real time. The opportunity, how I would imagine is the smartest person in the room. I call it digital twin, and with lightning powers, right? It has the ability to tune into your own enterprise, your database, your emails, your Jira tickets, your unstructured data, the repository that you save all those insights. At the same time, it also have opportunity to go out the world and find the answers. So here, what this chief of insight, the product, I call it Kui, is having the 75% faster response to the opportunities. Cut the reporting times, go away from static dashboard to conversational intelligence. That's what the heart of the product is. Okay, so what is Kui? What is a digital twin? So it's basically a voice-powered business intelligence a bot which have a conversational capabilities. So could we answer in seconds? So for example, how are we doing in customer acquisition cost for the past quarter, right? So it has those capabilities to listen in. So how I'm imagining it is, going back to the opportunity is, imagine you have a listening agent which is listening continuously during the meeting and only get it activated when someone's called Kui or a chief, and then ask a question like ask a question to Alexa, and it gives you answer based on what the data it has. So in the architecture-wise, it has a multimodal. Right now, I tuned it to with a small language model. I'm using the Google one, but the next phase is to integrate it with the large language model. It also has the capability as a RAG. So it's using unstructured and structured data in terms of emails and CSVs and whatnot. And then because right now it's tuned up to a small language model, so everything is in-house. There's nothing going out of that. So imagine this picture, you have Koi in there and you are asking questions while you're discussing in your meeting. I'll see if I can have time to really demo it. But this is the again in the slide. It's a dashboard. There's two modes. One is the ask mode and one is the meeting mode. When you click on ask mode, that means you're asking a question. But if you're in the meeting, you click on this button and it will continue start listening to you what you're talking and what everybody's talking. And like a meeting noter, it just takes track of what the conversation is going on. And then if someone says, "Hey, chief," and it interrupts and then listens for the question and then ask after 4 seconds of pause, it provides
Chief,
the input.
I unfortunately
Yes, sir.
have to interrupt. This is amazing, but we are out of time. Excellent.
I got you.
Let's see. Let's go back, and I apologize. I did the order got screwed up. We do have Joseph. He's going to be next, and then I'll have Jonathan is actually here. So, Pals, do you want to? You have 15 seconds. Did you want to show the actual UI of what you had?
Yes.
But like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Starting
Can you
now.
see the screen now?
Yep.
So this is the interface right now I have, and as a question you can ask is, what is the minimum district size for the cluster R3? The year is 2025. It supports three years right now, three data for 3 years. Then you submit the question. It comes to the minimum district size for the cluster in R3 is 3.5 acres or greater. So you can ask
that's
questions
fantastic.
like
I'm sorry I do have to cut you off. I did want to give you a chance to show it, but that's definitely great. Joseph, you are up, and then Jonathan, I'll have you tuck in right afterwards. And again, my apologies for the mix-up. Dude,
No.
3. We can only vote for 3. This is by far the hardest vote we've had, and we still have more to go.
Alrighty. So I actually did a video as well. I'm doing the teleprompting basically for it, so hopefully this all works quite well, but we'll see. All right, is everybody seeing a green screen?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Let's get this thing going. All right, put that over there. Okay. All right, welcome to Asset Guru. Guru connects all your chats, apps, and bots to do your job more efficiently. Right now in your workflow, in a single source of truth you built just by using it. Enhanced with AI search that delivers answers right when you need them. Enhanced with today's technologies, every employee gets their day with a custom home page as they start. Featuring frequently used information and content recommendations for their job based on the content, like their role and past activity or what they've done in their teams, organization, or at their desk. It works with the apps and tools you use every day anyway. So no matter what kind of work you do, let's just say in customer support, you have your browser, your information comes up, and you have the knowledge. So you can ask a question right where you are at, kind of like a CRM, and get an instant AI-powered answer to tell the client exactly when and where you needed it to be. Or maybe you're an engineer trying to find out certain documentations. Where is it at? Your mobile app, when you're out on the streets, instead of shifting through lots of multiple tools to piece together something, you can ask Asset Guru to come along and help you find exactly what you're doing. Whatever the status is of the job and the projects, and get an accurate status update moving forward. If you rely on ChatGPT for your daily tasks like we do, you can definitely go through and get your company to know as much as everything with Asset Guru GPT, it does by securing combining the company's internal knowledge with external information. It can connect specific text and content to what you were doing that day, tailored to you and the company. This means you can craft structures, perfectly tone messages effortlessly, and you can even ask Guru questions and get back with those answers. If you have other apps that you like in Slack, you can do chimes, you can do coworkers, and you can bring them into a call if needed to. If a salesperson needs an asset, they can go out and they can get it through their documentations without having massive protocols to search for exactly what they need. What your team is asking and identifying new content opportunities, then they can use Asset Guru's AI writing skills. To easily fill out a form, Asset can create summarize documentations like an extraction document software. We're sort of doing all three. They can change the language of the documents or the content or even the videos going forward. And now you can be sure that every employee has the knowledge they need to do the job, whether it's in marketing, without spending many hours or nights searching for stuff, recreating it, trying to find out which branding it is. You get effortlessly build your source of truth as you go along. So you can get, it almost worked. Anyway, so the next part is that I have is when I started out, it was going to be a simple home app that I would be, trying to develop it to the home base, because I have my desktop has roughly 50 terabytes of information. And in my proposal, my questionnaire app, I was using Petrobits for the larger corporations, because we're getting to the point where we're having a lot more data, a lot more stuff to go through. So basically this app, what it is I went and made 4 tiers, one for home use, small company, all the way up to enterprise, to where they could have a hybrid solution to where they could have whatever is on their data servers, but then also store stuff in the cloud if need be. Some of the larger companies that have international locations, they can get and have accurate data in assets coming to them without having to wait and go through every folder of their what's in the computer system and what is in their company drives, basically, without having. They can also get updates through what's been new, what's the old branding that's not being used again. It's going to be tiered level access as well, so that a graphic designer cannot get access to what an executive is going to get. And then also, you're going to have accounting with all of their Excel files, and the system is going to go in, tag everything with metadata to where it can say, this is an accounting Excel file, or this is an image for the branding concept if you're having clients and such. I went through and I basically calculated how much it would be to get a startup, and going forward, hiring so many technicians, executives, sales staffs to keep everything running, and the final total for everything would be roughly about $10 million a year, depending upon how many, whether people are using the cloud base or not.
You know what? Duke actually has 10 million sitting around at his house right now. So, Duke, if you want, I think you finally got a great use case for it. Fantastic presentation, very well done. I would definitely love to hear more about this. Okay, Jonathan, apologies for earlier, but let's try again. Let's see if see if we can get you up. Jonathan Bergman. He was in the chat. I'm not sure what happened. Okay, well, That's odd. I guess if I'm not that's really weird. Duke, then I think maybe he'll jump back on here again. I don't know what happened. Maybe
Okay,
his internet connection is dropping.
Let me go then coming back. If Jonathan back, then
Yeah,
he'll.
if he comes back, we'll definitely get him on. I would for sure want to.
So go ahead and stop my time. I know
Okay.
the game well.
Let me know when as soon as you get your screen up, we will start your clock.
Sure.
Actually,
but actually, before we start, I just want to say this demo is so good. I could definitely see 3, even 4 company happen right after this class. It's amazing.
At least.
Right. So what I'm doing is that a healthcare a eating well system, and the problem is the problem is as we get older, as I get older, we don't track what we eat normally, right? And tracking, counting calories and do all those buying special foods is too expensive. Would there be an easier way for you to take your phone, take a pictures? That's it. That all you need to do, take a picture of what you eat every single time, and just track it out, your system for you, right? I'll give you a demo first, then I'll talk about the reason behind how it's been done and the thought behind it. So in any of these, I will first of all, there will be a template system. So here is a template prompt I'm going to use. You don't have to type this, of course. You just upload your picture. This is behind the scene. It insert this in for you. So all I do is upload a file, and I have let's do the breakfast file. So uploaded my breakfast. I click run, and it gave me a score. I'll tell you how this is up in a second. But the beauty of this is this score will be, of course, JSON object logged back into my database stored for me. The key thing here is it tell me what my final score is. So this is 13 point, pretty high. Breakfast sandwich made with ham and ham browns, have you describing it. Then justification, there's orange in it too. I tell you why it a rate of 13. If I pick a different one, I already picked one that actually up here, it is a really good one. It is not in them food, like the salmon, for example. Tell me it's a salmon, a group only 1, right? While we are in this stage, we're on phase 2. So we look at this model using chat 5 right now. Say, hey, we can find different models. And the beauty of it, I can use any model I want. Let's say I use Google Gemini. With Google Gemini, I can test the same model. So doesn't have to be on this side. Okay, same model. I do my thingy. I upload. Remember, all I do with my iPhone, just upload the pictures. How about this? And the system figure out what my score is. So if I do this on the daily basis, tracking my week, my month consuming, and a graph for me, it's how well I do. And I'll tell you the logic behind the scene and using a Nova system, and using basis on 3 meal a day, 2 snack that you can have. So this is a main dish is, wow, it even name it correctly. As an Indian food, I'll tell you what it is, combination wide, right, number 3. So I check it out, work on phase 2. So I check different models. So Google Gemini works. I'm gonna go through this why it's Claude, right? So let's see how Claude working or not. And upload file. Let's pick why not? Some Vietnamese food. Again, take a picture. All I have to do, oh, sorry. I need to have my template written down behind the scenes so you don't see this. The user don't type this in, of course. The behind the scene, we just do it for them. And come back again. Main dish, a whole week cooked shrimp. And the final score is 1 real good. Low numbers better than higher numbers. And basically, I'm gonna do something which is not recommend doing demo, which is run it again. So let me say I create a new guy. this Copilot, the different AI model. My system is, hey, guess what? All you want to set up to deploy the system is this. This is it. Where am I? Am I here? Okay. So basically, this tells this new model how to calculate and rate the numbers. And then, of course, I'm going to go to my prompt. Get out of my way, get out of my way so I can copy you. Yeah. Control C. You go back here somewhere. Control V, and then I add in a picture. Again, this is any picture you want. Oh, how about this one instead? So I show you that it run in 4 different AI. The answer is the same. And all really does, prompt engineering, it do this. Why does it work? And here's the reason why. It's very fascinating, which is, so this guy right here, note I got tons of Flex Friday, this sugar and junk food. Actually, I asked at the beginning, if you go all the way back to the beginning, it started out something like, good morning, a beautiful day. I want to do interest on breakfast. So start with something simple as that. Then we go something as complex as figure out what NOVA system is, how to calculate the point, what formula we're using, because we're using our own sort of dry formulas, but AI help us to drive that formulas. Can someone replicate this? Yes, but they don't have our train of thoughts. And the process uniquely out. That's why we can defend the technologies. So the beauty of the thing is that, as you can see, it runs entirely on AI from conception all the way down to prototyping, right? And we go in between. You can see here, we talk about what is NOVA, what does group 4 mean, what group 4 mean super processed food. And it's bad, you know. So the whole idea, the whole application built using chat, and chat is our domain expert. We're on stage 2, so we prove a concept is working. We do choose a different model. So we began to choose a least cost model. So next thing we will try like the ChatGPT nano system. Then on phase 2, we gather data, gather all data we can, so we can do QA, right? So right now the data we get online, whatever it is, we're just gonna use it. That is the entire application built for the market. That is, what's the market value? It's right here. For the market, that is roughly, up here a bit. Market. That's a graph here somewhere. Right here. So the market in US would be 300 billion, in worldwide is $800 billion markets. We prove a concept in phase 2. We prove it work in different models. Now we're selecting different type of, gather our data for QA. I just amazed that this model work by simply doing this. And this itself, of course, run by AI, right? Because we asked it to write out this master prompt for us. And we also asked it to go ahead and write, you know, the prompt underneath it, what we need to type in every single time, or what the system does in. So this itself is a real application, real coming out in the market. And I'm so proud that we're able to do everything within AI before we actually do any coding at all. The coding, of course, you see, pretty simple, right? We're using agent. We're using agent. We'll stuff this in as their beginning idea. Then the agent using this, grab them with an image, feed it through, come out with JSON. From the other side to UI to draw different graph to show them projection. Going to do a projection how fast they, how well they eat today and tomorrow. Also too, we can project that based on the food they eat. So all that done in phase 2 so far is all on LM without writing any code, without even go to spreadsheet. That's all I got.
So I
Tony.
gotta say, dude, I do have to jump in because we are definitely way over. I've seen your presentations for several demo days, and Duke actually has a really interesting one that was used that can analyze chicken waste products by their, let's just say, excrement, and like determine like their animal health, which is frankly incredible. The reason I bring it up is the photos you used in this demo, Duke, were much more visually appealing than that one. So, no, this looks amazing.
Yeah,
I'm super
too,
impressed
right?
with that.
Tony, I think too, if you look at my screen, you see tons of Flex Friday. So that's what we talk about. Keep using, they just to talk about AI. This is a sentiment that we talk about. I talk about dark matter if you want to go through that project. The fundamental forces, old ages. So all of these idea that you can use to come up with the actual product. So you have not done anything yet. Start with this. You end up with me, you end up with actual product that you can build out. So
Fantastic. Okay, guys. So now the moment of truth has arrived. So I am going to once again, here's the link, the voting link, and remember you can vote for
so
up to
tough.
three. Vote for
So
three. We're gonna give people a few minutes. Going through the chat, latest question is I'm gonna give people a few minutes for this to all sort out. Pals wanted to know if you could share the link for the Nova system. And I believe Ranu had, can we, if we have time, can I bring up an idea to add to Rima? Reggie did not, they're not in the competition. We have a couple minutes. Are they getting extra points for disco dancing? Definitely good. I got to think about this. Ranu, if you wanted to jump in,
I'll do disco dancing for extra point.
all right, I got to think about who I'm going to vote for. So I need a minute.
Yeah, I can do that. 2 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen if they're ready. Am I audible?
You should be able to share your screen if you want.
Yeah. Oh, make sure you vote first, Ranu.
Yeah, make sure you vote too.
I did. And this is my vote to the application that I'm rooting for. A nice presentation to do that. So this was done a while back actually for a different context. Like Rima mentioned, right? Autism problem, the condition, right? What has happened in previous years, we used to have 1 in 150 children which had problems, autism condition, 10 years back. Now it is 1 in 31. That is the scale of things. And if you look at the projections, which I did through ChatGPT, in 2060, it's going to go worse. That means there are a lot of people, neurodivergent people, who will need support. And obviously they will grow and they are adults, so they need to be independent and so on. They will need all these kids when they reach 18, 21, they will need skills to find services, shopping, health emergency services, paying bills, order food, grocery, anything that anybody else does. Having friends, making phone calls. A lot of these kids cannot speak, cannot walk, cannot go independently. So idea that I did almost in 2019, and I've been not able to do anything about it. This is a scanning device that child can wear, and then based on what grocery list that they have created during the week, during the month, they can wear this device, for example, go to Walmart. The list is on their app.
it will take them to the point where they can find that particular part, look at it, and then pick it up. And then Amazon Groceries now has, you pick it up and it builds it. So it's pretty easy that way. They can find the doctor. They can now, using Tesla, hopefully one day futuristic, they can go to where they wanted to go for a doctor appointment or whatever, all without needing any help. They can remain safe in college. They will not go out of boundary because there is a map which through their device looks at surroundings and tells you cannot go beyond this boundary. This app was never implemented, just remains an idea.
But it can now, though, right? I can see many ways AI will help it. From the
Right.
geofencing that you're talking about to picking out food, to have little AR, augmented reality with glasses. So the dot here, you're going to walk this way. So I can see everything is doable.
I could never figure out how to jailbreak the Google glasses to do this, but I think now it is
Only
possible.
can.
So the task is basically to do face recognition, object identification, gestural inputs. They can raise their hand and say, okay, I found it. And then algorithm has to grow. And then also volume and accuracy of time series data that is constantly getting into device. And then obviously objectivity and availability of required data that is available. And then there can be even, bunch of people making friends on this devices. So those devices talking to each other. One person can, they can collaborate. Partially.
I know before you finish, I would like to say the first three definitely doable in my mind. I can see how face recognition, gesture input, learnability algorithm, I can see exactly how it's done right now. Yes.
Right. This was done in 2019. I could never finish it. That's my time.
Thank you. All right, Tony, who's the winner?
Oh, that was really good. I'm going to give people 1 more minute to finish voting. And it's definitely, I mean, I honestly, I had a really hard time deciding this.
Me too. And I'm seriously saying
and like I want to actually, while we wrap this up, if I may, for those of you guys who have never been to a demo day before, I hope now you get what Duke and I have been talking about for the last several weeks. Like, you see how important practicing a pitch is. You see how quickly time goes. I mean, you don't, like, usually the pitches that Duke and I go to, you get 3 minutes, right? Sometimes 4. 5 is being generous, right? So imagine you have to cut it down, right? So then think about people's presentations. Think about the ones that you like. Think about the ones and how do they appeal to you? Some people, there was one gentleman who got several compliments on their voice quality, right? There were definitely some that had great visuals. There were some that were far more technical, right? And so there's a lot you can learn from what just happened today. Because ultimately, like, knowing how to do a pitch is incredibly important. It's frankly as important if you want to win as whatever your technology is. And so again, ask yourself, when you listen to these people, did you clearly understand what problem they're solving? Did you understand who their customers would be? And do you understand what they're going to do to solve it? Now, how they got to those points is up to them. But those are the things that you want to actually look at. And again, we do this so people active learning. If you participate in this, you did yourself a huge favor, because this is hard to do. And, for instance, with the gentleman, won't name names, who did half of their presentation without their screen on. Duke and I have done that in this class many times, and
you do it. I never make that mistakes.
No, I know. It usually is me, or sometimes you'll switch, or you'll be talking on mute for a while, and it's hard to do. And I'll be honest, I would have said something earlier, but the first team started with them just talking for a while. And so, like with Rima's team, they started that was like, oh, okay, well then I'm not going to say anything. Maybe that's what he wants to do. I don't know, right? So, but that's part of the fun and part of the excitement. I did actually really like his product. I thought it was him and Allison's product was fantastic. But again, presentation matters. So I think Duke, you want to say something else? Because I'm going to wrap up the voting and we're going to crown a winner. See what are you being ironic, Duke?
Oh, I'm sorry. See that? I'm on mute. Let me happen to all of us. I just want to say once again, I'm super impressed with all the presentations, and I'm putting a note for sure. If you don't do it, I'll follow it up after class, after this whole class over, to make sure that you give it some thought on making your product, basically launch your product. You know, it's too good to sit on the shelf by itself.
Ooh. Oh my God. So I can't believe this. First of all, I want to say, oh wait, the votes are first of all, I'm looking at the scores here, and the synthetic data pipeline didn't score well in the voting. I thought that was fantastic. The order prediction I want. I would love to actually follow up on. Let's see, the zoning ordinance buddy. I helped a couple opinions on that. I see a tremendous need for that. So, even like if your application didn't necessarily score well, again, who's the audience, right? Sometimes it's just, you're up against it. But like I thought those were fantastic. I do want to see, I think Jonathan's going to send me a video of his health insurance claim examiner. I mean, that sounds fascinating, but I can't believe it, Duke, but by a score of 21 to 20,
Oh no!
MindAnchor has beat Chopinion by 1 vote. Congratulations
Oh
to
my
the
God!
winner of today's demo day. Absolutely
1
fantastic,
point.
Andrew.
Oh my gosh.
1 vote. That is the closest we've ever had.
Recount.
I was very impressed.
A recount. No hanging Chad.
No. But yeah, man, Jerry, Chopinion, I voted for that too, to be honest. 1 vote. Andrew, why don't you jump on board and tell us what can we expect next from you?
Oh
First of all,
man.
congratulations.
Dude, thank you. I mean, I was more focused on just the process of building this thing. It's an idea that I think I've had in the back of my mind for more than a decade since I worked in mental health. I wanted something that could help me help my patients in between their visits with the doctor. I would love to see how I could scale this, how I could help it grow, and ultimately if it could really become something that clinicians across the country are using with their patients so that we could really tackle serious mental illness. But aside from that, I've got a lot more ideas, so I'm just going to have to build them, I think.
Amazing. Okay, well,
thank you guys so much.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. I mean, again, you guys, so many. Dude, this is, again, we've seen good stuff, but good Lord. Several of these could have won previous demo days. And I'm not just saying that.
Think, for example, is fantastic. Also in my thought, I mean, that's what the first one is. The presentation went so well. I mean, like it been practiced, I can say.
Exactly. And again, you could tell, and you could tell. So congratulations, Andrew. I'm going to create a trophy for you. I will tag you on LinkedIn tomorrow, and I'll post a link into the Discord. And Jerry, I'm definitely going to shout you out too, because again,
yeah, man,
I
your system
really liked
amazing.
what that seemed, you certainly have something sellable. But yeah, most of these, frankly, I thought are ready for market, Duke, and I'm really thrilled and really, so happy that we'll be a part of this. Duke, why don't you wrap this all up, and I will see everyone again tomorrow. If you guys want to hang out, my hangout, you're all invited. If not, I'll see you guys on LinkedIn, in the Rima's WhatsApp, and various places along the way. But I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys these last 2 months.
So to wrap it up, first of all, thank you everyone for taking the course. I speak for Tony too, and then behalf of all the elevator team, really appreciate you taking the class, and we love having you in the class. On a second note too is that many of these, I will personally follow up with you to make sure you give us some thought about product inside some of these products, because some ideas are too good. It's too good, Andrew, is to sit on the shelf. It's too good. All of you, Rima and Majira, all your ideas is too good to sit on the shelf. If we can help, if I can help, or if we can help you to take the next step, let's do that. Let's do that. So anyway, thank you everyone for taking the course. Totally appreciate it.
All right, cheers, you guys. I hope we all stay in touch, and I'll see you guys around.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
And
you.
oh, one last thing.
Thank you,
I
everyone.
should have the video up and posted, assuming I get it from Elevator within the next couple of days. So I'll
Alrighty.
post a link in the Discord on
thank you.
LinkedIn and all that too. So cheers, everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers.